Some people can walk on a broken leg without saying a word. Others can't even touch a hot cup of tea without flinching. We usually call this willpower, toughness, mental strength. We praise those who can take the hit and label those who react quickly as weak. But the truth is far stranger than that. Some people genuinely feel less pain than others. Their nerve endings don't scream as loudly. Their brain doesn't receive the same alarm. And the reason isn't in their mind. It isn't about focus or courage or discipline. It's in their genes. Deep inside your DNA, coiled within your cells, is a gene called SCN9A. This gene is a blueprint. It controls tiny channels in your nerves, microscopic gates that open and close, gates that carry pain signals from your skin, your bones, your joints, straight up to your brain. In rare cases, a mutation in this gene completely breaks those gates. It locks them shut, blocking pain signals almost entirely. Some people are born never knowing what pain is. They can burn themselves, break a bone, and feel nothing at all. But most of us don't have that extreme version. Instead, we have smaller, subtler variations, tiny genetic differences that quietly raise or lower our personal pain threshold. For one person, a paper cut feels like a spark. For another, feels like a flame. And this trait didn't appear by accident. It wasn't a random error in nature. To understand why, we have to go back, far back, to a world where survival meant getting hurt again and again. Early hunters didn't have hospitals. They didn't have painkillers. They didn't have rest days. There was no soft bed to recover in. If they got injured, chasing an animal, falling on sharp rocks, or fighting a predator in the dark, they couldn't stop. They still had to walk home for miles. They still had to keep hunting. The next morning, they still had to protect their family from danger. A hunter who was overwhelmed by pain, whose body screamed too loudly to move, could freeze, collapse, or fall behind. And in the wild, falling behind didn't mean losing a game. It meant death. It meant becoming prey for something else. But a hunter who could push through pain, whose body was wired to mute the alarms, who could keep moving despite a sprained ankle or a bleeding wound, had a real advantage. They lived longer. They fed their group. And over thousands of generations, that advantage got passed forward in the DNA. But hunting wasn't the only battlefield. There was another one, a battle that half of the human population faced directly: childbirth. For humans, childbirth is uniquely painful because we evolved to walk upright. Human hips became relatively narrow, and because our brains grew larger, our babies have unusually large heads, created a biological bottleneck. One of the most physically intense, dangerous experiences in nature. Women who could tolerate this pain, who could endure hours of labor without shutting down, were far more likely to survive the birth, and far more likely to survive it again and again. That resilience wasn't just about mental strength. It was written, at least in part, into their genes, etched into their biology, and passed down to their daughters and sons. So today, when someone shrugs off an injury that would put someone else flat on the floor, it isn't just willpower. It isn't just attitude. It's the echo of every hunter who had to keep walking through the cold, and every mother who had to keep going through the storm. This is also why anesthesia and medicine don't work the same way on everyone. In hospital rooms, doctors see it every day. Some patients need more medication just to feel comfortable. Their nervous system is highly sensitive, always on alert. Others need far less, their body naturally dampening the sensation. For a long time, doctors used to think this was mostly psychological, just fear, just anxiety. Now we know genetics plays a major role. Your pain threshold isn't a personality trait. It's not a flaw, and it's not a flex. It's a biological setting, a setting tuned over thousands of generations of hunting, injury, and childbirth. Some nervous systems were built to warn you quickly, to protect you from the smallest harm. Others were built to let you push through so you could survive the harshest moments. Both carried humanity this far. So the next time you flinch at something small or watch someone else barely react to something painful, remember that difference isn't about who's tougher. It's a message from thousands of years of survival still running quietly inside every nerve in your body.